Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday. We made it to the weekend. That's exciting, right?
Yay, we made it.
We made it.
Remember when you said it felt like a long week? You said it felt like a long week. I said it felt like a short week. Now you were right. It felt like a long week.
You would like to rethink your decision on that?
Yes. So happy Friday. I'm so glad.
You know what? You get to do that. You get to restate your opinion. It's fine. All right. We will begin with some news. The Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission investigated 4 bars that Springfield native Riley Strain went into the night that he vanished and then ultimately drowned in a nearby river. And they found that the bars had no evidence that he was overserved. He is the Mizzou student that was from Springfield, went to Nashville, Tennessee with his fraternity brothers, and ended up he said that his friend said that he was perhaps overserved alcohol. He did have a very high concentration of alcohol in his system, and his body was recovered from the Cumberland River 2 weeks after that disappearance. But again, they found no foul play, if you will, no evidence that he was overserved.
Ugh, that just makes it worse.
I know.
Like,
I can't even imagine.
Thing is just
I cannot even
awful.
imagine.
And you make, there has to have been foul play, like somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about foul play. I don't know. I would disagree with that. But yeah, it's a terrible story. Yeah. And his mother, what broke my heart is how often he talked to his mom. He talked to her regularly, and that's hard because that's like
missing.
Yeah. It's like your daily routine has been completely altered, so, yes.
Okay. Well, on to this. Purdy police and Berry County authorities are looking for a thief, someone who stole some tools from a truck from the road department and burned it. That's when a passerby saw a truck on fire and called for help. So if you have any information about this crime, you are asked to call the police. Again, that's Purdy and Berry counties. So be on the lookout.
Yeah. Some in Missouri are still working to get period products and diapers to a lower tax rate. Right now, Missouri is one of 21 states that tax both diapers and feminine hygiene products as a luxury, not a necessity, which means the tax rate is higher. A bipartisan group of lawmakers are trying to get that high 4.225% tax rate lowered or wiped away altogether, and instead consider these items essential, not luxuries. The state would lose millions of dollars. However, consumers who are struggling to keep up right now would save some money. Cost about $125 per month to diaper one child and about $14 a month to buy period products.
Wow. It all adds up.
They've been trying that for a few years, by the way.
Yeah.
This is like year number 3 or 4, and it has not yet passed. But I have 2 young girls, so I would be A-okay with that. That would be great.
Ask any female going through that.
Any female
would
say yes, please. Yeah.
I mean, it's a privilege.
Or even diapers. Like we did cloth diapers for one kid. And honestly, I don't know that it was even like worth it. It's a lot.
No.
It's a lot. And if your child is with anybody other than you for like even an hour, they would tell you, that person would say it ain't worth it. So
I can't believe you did cloth diapers. Can we talk about that for a minute? Like, why?
Because I'm super frugal, honestly. Like it's hard. Like I just am a saver. I mean, I will invest in what I prioritize.
Yeah.
But the diapers are, and I had 3 kids under the age, like I had 3 in diapers at once. So you can do the math on that. But it was just insanely expensive. But yeah, the cloth diapers. No, my niece is pregnant, and
no.
Yeah, I got a lot of nieces, and one of them is having a baby, and she was like, I think I want to do cloth diapers. And listen, I'm not going to rain on her parade. I'm going to let her figure it out.
I thought you would be like, no, don't.
Well, I wanted to say no, don't do it, but I recognize that when people weigh in on your parenting, like especially, I'm like, God gave me my children. So I
True.
am the mom for them. And God
True.
gave this baby to her. So she is the mom for him. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right. I tend to overstep my boundaries all the time.
Do
But I've
you?
learned, I've learned to ask permission though. I'll say, can I offer up a piece of advice, or do you want my opinion on this? I used to just blurt it
You
out.
know what? They don't. They don't. They don't want your opinion.
Well,
If they did, they would
sometimes they
ask
need
you.
it. But sometimes people just need some common sense in their life. Diana can give you some common sense, people.
Yeah, that's too
Anyways,
funny. Yeah.
like not
Okay.
cloth diapers.
Yeah, I can appreciate your opinion because you you have a valuable
Oh my
voice in my
goodness.
life. So
All right. Well,
yes,
thank you.
for me the answer is yes. For everybody else, though, it might be no. I'm just saying.
Okay, back to the news. So sorry. Branson residents, they had a chance to see what a new streetscape project would look like once it's complete. Already, the decade-long facelift is making major progress. Several streets have already been done, and the work continues on Main Street right now. By next tourist season, it should be wrapped up. They'll notice some better amenities, public bathrooms, handicap accessibilities, and more through the city and the partnership with MoDOT. I'm just
That's
excited.
cool.
There's more public bathrooms. When
Yeah.
you're on the strip and you're like, gotta go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of places you can pop in, but
Yeah.
sorry, you're gonna need to pay to see the Presley's Country Jubilee before you use our restroom.
Yeah. Seriously though, public bathrooms in a town like Branson to me seem like a no-brainer, and it is hard to find them, especially my mom who is in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
It can be tricky. You better know where they are and how to get there quickly. And
Yeah.
handicap
You're right.
accessible, all the things. Yeah.
You're right.
So, I mean, and goodness, Branson has millions, right? Isn't it? I don't even know the latest number, but like, wasn't it like 6 million when I worked at the station? I mean, that was a million years ago. Probably
I
more
don't
than
know.
that at this point.
There's
I
a
don't know.
lot.
Lots. There's lots. All right. We talked about this before. First time home buyers feeling a little anxious about the cost, waiting longer to buy their first house. And maybe that's a good thing because Bank of America says they should wait to buy until 2026. Depending on who you talk to, I know that they would maybe have different opinions on this. Different lenders or banks might tell you a different answer, but Bank of America came out and said houses are going to get more expensive and they expect that to continue for at least 2 years until 2026. So they say hold off.
Wow. Well, I was just
It's
talking.
just interesting because I have friends who are realtors who don't say that.
Mm,
And I know that they have a dog in the fight. I get it, but they're also not ignorant and they don't want people to go into debt because that also does not bode well for them in the end, you know?
Agreed.
So
Agreed. It's interesting in terms of interest rates and buying now. I was talking to a business owner just yesterday about, them growing their business, and they were like, we can't get loans. Like, well, he can. I mean, he can get a loan, but it's at 11% for a small business loan.
Yeah.
11%. That's so hard. So
Yeah.
makes
Yikes.
the housing inflation kind of
Right.
feel a little bit better, but
Yeah.
well, if you missed it, you missed it. But how about this? Chiefs fans had a chance yesterday to get up and close and personal with 2 Lombardi trophies at the state capitol yesterday in Jefferson City. Of course, the Chiefs won back-to-back Super Bowls, so they have some hardware to show off. And
That's cool.
sorry, you'll have to live vicariously through all the other people that saw.
Yeah. And you can look at their pictures on Facebook because
Yeah.
that's where they are. So that's neat. Good for them.
Exactly. And then if you are pregnant, you might be looking at a more gender neutral name. Apparently, they're growing in popularity. Last year, gender neutral names made up 17% of baby names, which is interesting to me. Predictions for 2024 are you ready? The top 5. Dylan, Avery, Logan, Carter, and Riley will round out the 5 most popular names.
That is interesting. I like gender neutral names. None of the 3 of mine have gender neutral names, but I wanted a 4th. And if we would have had the 4th, I was going to name him or her Drew.
We have a Drew. That's so fun.
I know. I love the name Drew. I love the name Drew. When I
cool.
met you and your son, one of your children was named Drew, I
Yep.
was like, I love that name.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
and a cool part of his story was that I didn't find out what he was going to be. And so both of us, Brian and I, agreed to that. And it was really interesting because we really like the name Reagan, like, presidential, all the things like, but Reagan can go either way. Again, it's a
Yeah.
gender neutral name. So if he was a girl, he was going to be Reagan Elizabeth. And if he was a boy, he was going to be Andrew Reagan.
Yeah.
And so we call him Drew. So it's kind of
That's cool.
interesting, just the names. And
can I tell you 2 fast stories?
yes, please.
So we also did not find out the gender with any of the 3 of ours. All 3 were a
Really?
surprise. We never found out, never wanted to. My mom about lost her mind, but she
Wow.
survived. She survived. She's great now. But so we never knew the gender. And Ethan loved the name Reagan. And I don't know if you do this, but I know a girl from high school named Reagan who I actually got in a fight with on the school bus.
What?
Yeah, Reagan Medeiros. She's probably awesome, but at the time she was definitely
she was not awesome.
And we got in a fight on a school bus. I got in trouble. I ended up with in-school suspension. And when he said her name, the only person that I personally know named Reagan is her. And I was
And
like,
you're like, no,
never. We can't do it. And he's like, but I love that name. And I'm like, no,
it can't be her.
I can't do it
Oh,
because
that's funny.
of this girl. And I don't know. I mean, she probably has, I don't have any clue where she's at these days, but
Oh, that's a
it's
hoot.
just yeah.
What was your other story? Oh, yeah. Like there was a kid in elementary school. I remember he was really, really cute. And again, now he's probably like really ugly. Not that that matters, but in elementary school, you're like, everything's bigger and larger and like you're bright and bushy tailed. And he was so cute. And I always loved the name Brad. I was like, if we have kids, I think Brad needs to be in the top 5. Well, it
Yeah.
didn't make it, obviously, but,
Yeah, that's
but
really
you
funny.
think about the people who had impact in your life or were like the cool kids or people you really, I don't know, maybe didn't even know that well. Like I remember when I was on the radio and there was a girl I went to college with and I loved her last name and her last name was Ray. And I just thought she was the coolest. And so I ended up going by Diana Ray when I was on air.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Because you had to make up your
when
name.
and where were you on air?
Oh, back in the day. Oh my goodness, this has probably been 20 years ago when Mix 92.9, like this had to have been back in 2003. I was a college intern.
Just kidding.
Oh my goodness. Stop it. I was a college intern. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was Diana Ray right after Rick Dees in the weekly top 40 on Saturday mornings.
That is so great. I absolutely love that. Yeah.
Coming up next, we got Pink.
Yeah.
And now we got Britney Spears.
Yeah. That's absolutely hilarious. Okay. Well, my other story is just that we also didn't find out the gender. That's it.
Those are great stories.
Yeah.
We gave you a lot of content today around the Ozarks.
Woo. There you go. I know. Now, the more you know.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to end with this. We do have another contest going on. If you go to aroundtheozarks.com, you can enter to win. It's so easy to do. And we are giving away Ozarks Lunkers tickets. They have a game coming up on Saturday, July 6th. At Wilson Logistics Arena there at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds. The Ozark Lunkers are playing Duluth at 7:05 p.m. So go right now and enter for your chance to win some tickets.
Yeah, it's so much fun to watch. We went a couple weeks ago and it's so fun. And they only have a few limited games here in town. So even if you don't win, go see them. Go see them. Support them.
I do need to go see them because I know
football.
that I would enjoy Arena League football. Feels like it would be right up my alley.
And their little games are fun too. I mean, it's entertaining. It's you're close. I mean, and if people catch the balls, they get to keep them like the football.
Oh, that's fun.
It's really fun for
that
kids.
Is cool.
So there's kids like running around the whole time. So if you have teens that need to get energy out, it's a great place.
Right. Okay. Well, happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. And have a great weekend. Ethan will be back here on Monday. So Diana, thank you.
You're welcome
for your help this week. I so appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great weekend.
Bye. All right. You too. See you later.